All right. Well, I guess the only way to tell a story would be from like the
The
beginning. Is just
beginning, yeah, we're gonna have a
yeah.
story, yeah.
I'm a JUCO bandit. Started off playing JUCO ball back in the day. Went to Georgia Highlands, uh, and I actually was there the second year the program had started. So it started a year before I actually showed up. My senior year of high school is when they actually officially began the program, and I got there and the program was like in its very beginning stages. We even have a home field yet. I don't know if you've ever had a chance to play at Lake Point growing up by chance. Emerson,
Doesn't
Georgia, perfect game. It was like this brand new turf complex
I've
that
heard of it. I don't think my team ever traveled there. We weren't around there.
okay, so it's a complex down in Emerson, Georgia,
Is
and
it like a sports at the beach type of thing with Cal Ripken experience?
yeah, kind of. But so
Okay.
this one's got like it's got like it was a multi-purpose complex. It has a basketball, like 16 basketball court, gym. They were planning on building like 16 turf fields. I don't know if they finished that project. It's got six soccer fields adjacent to the baseball field, so it's this whole complex. And my college didn't have a field, so we played out of there every day and practiced there and everything. And it was in a valley and it was miserable because it was always windy and it was just not the best place. But that's where I started and that was fun. It was a great experience and I was blessed to be seen by a coach named Parker Bangs, who is now, I believe, at Davidson. But
Okay, Steph Curry alma mater.
oh yeah, it's interesting. They don't even recognize him at Davidson because he never graduated. So they don't even have any
Wow.
recognition of him. Yeah, that's what I've heard because I got a couple friends back there that played or playing there that I coached. They're saying, yeah, the school doesn't want to recognize him because he hasn't graduated, doesn't give any funding or anything.
That's so scummy.
So yeah, but so he was fortunate enough to see me and gave me an offer, and I accepted it, and I went to small little school, Presbyterian College in South Carolina, Clinton, South Carolina, middle of nowhere. And after being there for, I mean, it's the middle of nowhere. Like the closest Walmart's like 35 minutes away.
Of course it is.
Yeah, and the McDonald's when I was there was awful to the point of like if you're late at night, the dish is closed and you want some food, you got to go there. It's 45 minutes to get a McDonald's cheeseburger. It was rough. It was rough. Saying I felt like I was more JUCO in Division One than I was in JUCO at that point. It was bad. So after being there for a year and just not really just feeling it, I transferred to Georgia Southern, played there, sat out my redshirt year, which is 2018 due to the transfer rules, and then I
Mhm.
went to play that final year. And first outing I had was against Auburn, and it was a rough one. Nowhere else, like nobody else to blame it. It was all on me. Walked in the winning run. It felt awful, and I just really never. They never really gave me another opportunity to say, just more like mop up roles. And
Yeah. Joe actually mentioned that to me. And that's where it just gets shitty. It's like kills the whole vibe.
well, this is what I've heard, and this is where I can wholeheartedly agree. People say that playing in Division One baseball, or even just college baseball in general, is harder than professional. And I say this in this context, not because of the pure talent, but because the coach's job is on the line more than it is in professional. Because the
Hmm.
minor leagues, they know they're going to lose a lot of games at some points because they're developing new guys. So that they want them to develop. They want them to go through that growing phase of, hey, I'm struggling with the new pitch, or hey, I'm, learning this new mechanical movement. And they're going to struggle trying to figure it out. Well, in college, you don't get that opportunity because, they got five more dudes right behind you that are ready to go, and the coach has to win every game because if he has a losing season, they're going to bring in somebody to get the program winning because they're not trying to develop people, they're trying to win immediately.
That
So
makes
I
sense.
feel
Yeah.
so if you screw up in college and you're not one of the dudes or somebody that's on money, they're going to immediately push you on back burner and you're not going to get another opportunity for a very long time versus professional. They're like, hey, you had a rough outing, we know what you're capable of, we signed you for a reason, we're going to let you move, grow through this and move through this, and you're getting another opportunity within 5 days. So that's when I say that college baseball is harder because there's zero room for error versus professional. If you mess up, you get another opportunity 7 days, 2 days, a day later. So that was unfortunate that they never gave me an opportunity, in a big situation or for a while. And then
Were you a Sunday starter correct?
No, I actually was a reliever all through college.
Oh
Well, that's
wow,
not true. I was a starter my freshman year of college, and I had appendicitis, and I ended up was out for a month and a half. And by the time I came back, we'd missed all of our non-conference games. So they said, we're not going to pitch you. We're going to let you just play the outfield and hit because you've missed a whole month. You haven't been throwing, and it's not your fault. It's just you never were got on the mound. And by the time I was back on the mound, I was in a reliever role, and that kind of stuck with me the rest of my college career because everybody's like, he's lefty, he throws kind of hard, so we're just gonna pit him towards the end of the game. And
wow,
then the funny thing is I love starting. I loved having routine. I loved waking up knowing, all right, this is what I have to do today. This is how I have to get my body prepared, and this is what I'm gonna push my body to. But reliever, it was like every day I have to be at the same level, regardless of how I'm feeling, regardless of how I threw the day before, or how my body was feeling after working out. I liked it, but it just wasn't like the best situation for me. And then it was ironically after college, I was blessed to be signed by the Cleveland Railroaders, and they made me their fifth starter in their rotation. So
wow.
yeah, so I went from back end bullpen to starter with like zero transition period. It was pretty wild and crazy, to be honest.